All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing today? I welcome you all here to a full week of gameplay streaming. That is correct. Today is Thursday, October 14th, 2021, and I am Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to my first of two gameplay streams for the day. How are all of you doing? Excuse me. I hope that you all had a good day off yesterday from streaming. When it comes to my streams, that is. I wonder what you guys did, right? What did you do on Wednesday? I hope you had a good day, no matter what it is that you did, and I hope that you're in a good mood and you're ready for non-stop new release fun, because literally every stream except for Street Fighter this week is a continuation of a brand new game release from the last week or two. I'm very excited, and I hope that you guys are too. Obviously, the busiest gaming time of the year for me, and a lot of the stuff that we're doing is spooky Halloween themed. Today's no exception, so I'm very excited for all of this stuff, okay? What's up, what's up? So, good stuff on the horizon. 7 straight days that I am streaming, all the way through today, starting today and ending on Wednesday of next week. It's actually Thursday of next week will be my next day off. And actually, when I come back from that break, there's a brand new release with Dark Pictures Anthology, The House of Ashes, premiering that very next day. So, crazy week. The good news is about this week, we are going to make major progress in all the games I'm playing, including Alan Wake Remastered, Back 4 Blood, Far Cry 6, as well as the late night streams, which are now Lost Judgment and Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. No more filler, no more baloney. Everyone who wants to see one of these new releases is going to get a good amount of gameplay this week. Finally, after a couple of these games, for example, Lost Judgment in particular, that was barely played, even though it's one of my favorite games out right now, we're all going to be happy this week, I feel. Like, every game is going to get a good amount of airtime here on my streams. Incidentally, every single game I'm playing this week is on the Xbox Series X, except for Street Fighter. Every game. Now, not to say that I couldn't have gotten some of these games on PlayStation 5. I very well could have. But why, when I'm enjoying playing everything on the Xbox Series X? I love the controller. I actually get surround sound, right? Like, why play these games over on PS5? And in addition, Back 4 Blood's on Game Pass. So, holy crap, that was a no-brainer, right? And, man, let me tell you guys something. Having surround sound in Back 4 Blood has been tremendous. I can hear where the zombies are coming from, and I can turn and defend myself, which I can't even do on a PS5, which doesn't have true surround sound if you're streaming at the same time. Pretty ridiculous. So, I am ready. I'm ready for all the fun stuff this coming week, okay? Why don't we briefly go through the schedule? Then I want to talk about my day off yesterday. And then I want to talk about, well, I guess we'll see, okay? So, what is on the agenda for this week? Let's go through it. Today, Back 4 Blood continues. I started playing this game back on Tuesday when it was released on Game Pass, and I would say my initial impressions are thus. It's definitely Left 4 Dead. You know it's the same makers of Left 4 Dead who made this game. It's the same style of game, but what they've done is they've modernized the gameplay. They've made it a little bit more complex. Now you have moddable weapons. Now you have classes that you build over time, as opposed to in Left 4 Dead, it really was jump in, jump out style gameplay. Nothing too complex at all. Now you have all these unlocks over time and everything, which definitely adds to customization and complexity of the game. The game is way longer than Left 4 Dead ever was. In the original Left 4 Dead, each game had, 4, maybe 5 story-based campaigns, but they were relatively short. Each campaign had maybe 3-4 stages that lasted anywhere between, say, 5 to 15 minutes each. And so you could basically see all of Left 4 Dead in about 5 hours. You've seen the whole game. Back 4 Blood, not so much. I played it for 3 hours the other day. I haven't even beaten Act 1, and the game has 4 acts. So it's pretty damn lengthy. I like that about the game. It feels like you're actually playing through a game that was worth a retail price. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if all the acts are going to be just as long as Act 1. And I also don't know if we're going to have more challenging stages moving forward, or if maybe the pace of the game changes and it goes more quickly later. For now, I'm really enjoying myself, okay? And I would say all these things compared to Left 4 Dead, I would say the graphics are much better. I would say the adrenaline of the game, like, it's so fast-paced, some of these stages, so many zombies coming out at once, way more than ever in Left 4 Dead 1. So in that regard, I feel like it's more tense and more action-packed, just insane waves of zombies coming at you, okay? I do actually like the weapon customization. I do like the fact that you can pick and choose your upgrades over the course of a run in a campaign. And I actually like the fact that there's 8 different, I don't know what they call them in this, operators or whatever, survivors. There's 8 different classes. I like that variety. That's way more. In Left 4 Dead, there was only ever 4. So this is cool that there's a lot more content in this one than there ever was in Left 4 Dead. But the one thing that admittedly is kind of a little, I don't know if it's disappointing, but basically the zombies just don't hit like they used to. And what I mean by that is, in Left 4 Dead, you had these really unique classes. The Boomer, the Smoker, the Tank, the Witch. And this was the first time ever in a game you had encountered class-based enemies like this that were like zombie mini-bosses, essentially. Those classes became pop culture mainstays in video games. To this day, you can still play a game and say, oh, that's the Tank class. Oh, look, that's supposed to be kind of like the Smoker. You can understand what was based off of Left 4 Dead, right? Well, I just don't feel like the zombies in Back 4 Blood are like that. For example, I'll give you a perfect example. So, 2 days ago when I'm playing this, we went into this very foggy woods. That was the name of the stage. I think it was actually called like the Fog or something like that. And we're fighting all these zombies. All of a sudden, a giant, unique zombie comes out of the fog, and we have to kill it. It's a mini-boss. We're unloading on this thing, right? Oh, it's got weak points on its back, so we're boom, 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 boom. It's tossing us around a little bit, and then, you know, it dies. Okay, great. What's it called? The Hag. Okay, why? And by the way, what were its abilities? I don't even know. It came out of the fog, and we just unloaded on it. I didn't even get to see what it did. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like it's a special zombie or a special moment when you encounter these zombies. The moment you ran into the Smoker in Left 4 Dead, you're like, oh shit, look how cool that is. It lashed us with its tongue, it's pulling us towards it, right? It's, oh, the Boomer. Oh my god, it's vomiting everywhere. Suicide explodes and kills everyone. You see, you saw that was a unique moment in Left 4 Dead. These zombies don't feel like unique moments at all. Just being honest. Like, I feel like they didn't do enough, I guess, to make these zombies unique or stand out. It just seems like, oh, here's another one. Everyone unload 5,000 bullets into it till it's dead. Okay, move on. And you don't even care, basically, what the thing was, right? So for me, I like a lot of things about the game. My first session the other day was good. I was entertained. I'm actually looking forward way more today to the game than I thought I would, because I'll be honest with you, this story-based campaign is actually good. The story's getting interesting. The doctor character was talking to the leader of the survivor camp, basically saying that, oh, it looks like you've been ordering all these supplies and forging documents in people's names. I see here you signed off saying that I ordered a bunch of stuff because I'm the doctor of the camp, but I never did. And he's like, let's not beat around the bush about paperwork. Continue on, and you got to go save these survivors, and blah, blah, blah. So I think there is an underlying story to this campaign of the game that's going to unfold over the course of it, okay? Being that I played for over 3 hours the other day, and I only got to maybe the end of Act 1, not even, I feel like today we'll maybe get a chunk into Act 2, but I doubt we'll finish it, which means probably another stream to get through Act 3, maybe another stream to finish the story, and then there's the multiplayer we haven't even tried yet. That's the competitive, which is, you know, zombies versus survivors. So there's a lot of content, I feel, in this game. Again, as long as this isn't a bait and switch. It very well could be, oh, Act 1 is really, really lengthy, and then on top of that, after that, I should say, maybe what happens is it gets less complex, less, you know, it's quicker to beat. I don't know. I hope not. I hope that the game has really lengthy campaigns and it actually makes it feel like it's a full-fledged retail game rather than... See, that was one of the major complaints of Left 4 Dead back in the day, was that it was so short of a game, you could see the whole game in like 5 hours. The thing was, Left 4 Dead was highly addictive. It was a game that you get addicted to the gameplay, the unique zombies, the survival runs, and you wanted to keep jumping back in again and again and again to experience this. And then, of course, on top of that, there was the versus mode where you could play as those unique zombies, and it was very fun. I hope that this game will at least give you enough content to feel like, wow, it was worth a major retail release, you see? So let's see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens today as I continue on with Back 4 Blood into the story-based campaigns. Later tonight, it's the continuation of Lost Judgment. That's correct. Lost Judgment is now going to be a staple of the nighttime streams, being that it is such a lengthy RPG-style game, and I really haven't given it a lot of time over the past couple of weeks. I'm focusing in on it heavily moving forward. So tonight is the first of 3 Lost Judgment streams that I'll be doing this coming week. At this point, I believe that we were doing the esports club and we finished it. I don't know if there's any more clubs to do or if we need to go back to the main story now. We'll see. Actually, when I play it tonight, I've a good amount of stuff to say about it. Actually, I might just talk about it as I talk about my pre-stream today. You'll see. But anyway, yes, I'm excited for Lost Judgment later tonight, and likely we will actually have major story progress on tonight's stream. Okay? Tomorrow, we're going back to Alan Wake Remastered, and we're actually in a pretty fun part of the game because Alan Wake has woken up at a mental institution, being told by a doctor he had hallucinated everything that he's seen so far. Because of the tragic death of his wife, his mind had a mental break, and everything that he's seen that he thinks that he's been fighting monsters in the forest and everything has never really happened, and he's nuts, and he needs to be helped. So, very Stephen King-esque in the writing, and I'm excited to see where it goes because I only played the game once 11 years ago, and honestly, I don't remember a lot of the story. So I'm actually having fun re-experiencing this game with all of you. Hope you will join me tomorrow for the main gameplay stream. Now, tomorrow night, Friday night, it is my weekly throwback session of old school Street Fighter fun. The late stream where I play old school Street Fighter and we throw down and have a good time with the classics. So I hope you'll join me for my weekly fighting game shenanigans, okay? On Saturday, it will be the continuation of Far Cry 6, a game that so far I am really enjoying. It seems like at this point we're at the end of the main plot line that we've been doing. Like maybe a few more story missions and we're done with it, and then we can actually go to a different part of the map and kind of start the plot lines in those areas. So it's good stuff so far. I'm really enjoying Far Cry 6. I guess the best way to describe Far Cry 6 is it's not gourmet food, it's comfort food, okay? When you play Far Cry 6, are you doing anything that's insanely original or groundbreaking or, oh my god, this really is next level gaming? Probably not. But it's the epitome of what they've done with this open world franchise. The gunplay is better with the customizable guns and better controls. The graphics are outstanding on the Xbox Series X. The game looks lush visuals, and it just feels awesome playing it into this level of graphics. The jump in, jump out gameplay, jumping into vehicles and blowing things up. The wackiness of the animals and stuff. It's really fun. Like, I'm really enjoying myself so far in Far Cry 6. So I hope you guys will join me for another delicious helping of comfort food this coming Saturday. Saturday night, continuation of Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, a game that I am enjoying, but admittedly, the further I get in, my god, it gets tougher. Like, way more challenging the further in you get. We're currently in World 7 of 10. But last time around when I played an entire 2-hour stream, I only basically beat like one world. So if we keep at that pace, I probably won't beat this game for a bit. So keeping it up, that's continuing on Saturday, okay? Then, over the course of this next week, again, it'll be a balance between Back 4 Blood, Alan Wake, and Far Cry 6 on the daytime streams. And then the late streams will be more Lost Judgment and Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, basically alternating. So what I'm expecting is by the end of this week, I will have made major progress in Monkey Ball, maybe even getting near the end of the game. I likely will make some major progress in Alan Wake, maybe getting nearer to the end of the game. I would argue that in Far Cry 6, I probably will not be near the end of the game at all. Probably only maybe into the second portion of the game because it's going to be a lengthy game, as we know from Far Cry games of the past. Back 4 Blood, I'm honestly not sure. Since I'm playing it today and another day during the week, and then I'm not sure if we're playing it a third time, but there's potential that maybe we could beat the story-based campaign by the end of the week, but maybe not even see the multiplayer yet. I guess we'll see. Again, if it stays at the same level or not. But I would say this will be awesome to have 6+ hours of progress in Lost Judgment this week. This game is the game that I'm actually looking forward to the most progress-wise, because we really didn't make much progress up to now in the last few weeks, and I want to really see what's going to happen with the story. So I am excited for Lost Judgment on the late streams, okay? So this is good stuff. And I hope that you guys are excited. All new game progress. Now, the next week, not this week, but the next week coming up, there's multiple new releases. We've got, like I said, Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes, paired with Guardians of the Galaxy. So 2 interesting and unique games coming up. And then, of course, we got the Halloween event at the end of the month. That's going to be very exciting, the Halloween Marathon. So lots of good stuff coming up, my friends. And I hope you guys are excited for it, okay? So before we get to that stuff, before we get to this plugs and the like, I'd like to talk a little bit about my day off yesterday, because everyone always wants to know what happens on your day off. What did you do? Was it interesting? Was it not? This week, my day off wasn't nearly as interesting as some weeks. I'm going to be very honest with everyone. This last week, I had giant bills to pay, and by the time that I had paid them, I had no money. So basically, I had about 2 days worth of tips to spend on my day off, which was just enough to pay for bills. Excuse me, not bills. Pay for groceries. Have one meal with my wife during the day, and go to the pet store. And that was it. Like, I didn't have money for anything else this week. So I couldn't go out and really do much at all because I was limited. And that's no one's fault. You know, I'll be honest, you guys were very supportive over the last week with tips and everything. It was just a rough week for me because now I'm financially strapped again. Why? Because of all the crap that happened last month with identity theft and me having to spend a lot of extra money to clear stuff up. And then I had late fees on top of all my bills that I couldn't pay on time because my money was all frozen because of the identity theft and having to do so many things behind the scenes. It screwed me over. So I would have been in a much better position than I was this month, and I was screwed over because of all that. You know, people say, "Oh, they're just messing with Phil. It's no big deal." Oh yeah, no big deal, except that it cost me, no exaggeration, you know, probably over $1,000 just to do things to try to do short-term fixes on all this crap. It's, you know, it's fucked up. It is. It's fucked up. So there's nothing I can do about it. I basically spent half the day at home. Okay, half the day I went grocery shopping, came home, spent some time with Kat. Kat basically wanted to finish Lost Judgment yesterday. She's been playing Lost Judgment non-stop ever since the release of the game, okay? I have been kind of hung out with her when she did the school story stuff, because that's all just kind of side content with mini-games and not very meaningful story at all. It doesn't even tie into the main story of the game. But whenever she plays the main story of Lost Judgment, I take off because I don't want to be spoiled, you see? So yesterday, she was basically in the home stretch of the game. So for half the day, I spent with her trying to do some like mini games and stuff in the game, and then the other half I had to basically run errands and stuff, and it was fine because, for example, when I was grocery shopping and when I was getting pet stuff, she finished the story of the game. So it was kind of a mix. Now, some things about Lost Judgment coming up, okay? If you do all the school stories in Lost Judgment, it adds a ton of extra story, and again, this story has really no tie-in with the main campaign of the game at all. It's not the main story of the game. It's all considered optional content. But man, some of the school stories in the game are great, and some of them are absolutely terrible. Like, there's some school stories that are so grindy that you have to waste hours and hours of time to get through them. And then there's some school stories, like we just saw, I just did the esports one, you could beat it in 20 minutes. So it doesn't seem like they balanced the school stories at all. They basically made it so that some are like really fast and some are insanely long, boring as shit, wasting your time. In fact, one of the school stories is a biker club where basically you're riding motorcycles, kind of like, you ever played the game Road Rash back in the day on the Genesis or in the arcades? Basically, it's like a modern version of Road Rash, okay? Which is fine the first few times, except you find out you have to beat, like, I'm not even kidding, like 16 stages of this fucking game. It's like you bought a Genesis game and you have to beat it. And by the way, it's not well done. It's kind of like a very basic game with physics that aren't exactly great. It's kind of a wonky mini game they shoved in. And man, did they force you to do so much fucking gameplay. And it's obnoxious. Let me put it this way. Between the two of us alternating it, we got all the way to the end of it. The final stage actually is broken and cheats. There's a final boss you have to race. The final boss gets infinite boosts, and you can't hurt him. So literally, I tried to beat this guy for like 45 minutes. I couldn't do it. I was like, I know if I keep trying, I'll do it. But Kat was like, fuck this. She's like, this is such a waste of time. Why are we doing this for a side content mission? I don't understand why they made it so grindy and annoying. I just want to see the end of the game, and this is one of the things I wanted to do to see, because she did all the other school missions, and she was like, man, I feel like I kind of wasted my time doing them, because I don't want to fucking sit here all day on our day off doing a crappy minigame on motorcycles. You know? And I agreed with her. I'm like, damn, when I finally get to that point in the game, I don't think you guys are going to want to sit here for 2 days watching me just do fucking Road Rash. You know what I'm saying? And it's that long. It's literally that long where you have to do like, there's 4 gangs you have to beat. Each gang is like 4 races, and each race is like 5 to 10 minutes long. So you're talking like hours and hours of grinding shit. I don't know what they were thinking with this. So anyway, my day off yesterday was a mix of running out and doing errands during the day, not super fun. Helping Kat beat some of the mini games in Lost Judgment, which honestly was kind of fun to spend time with her do that. And we had some food and stuff together. So it was, I would argue it was an okay day off. It definitely could have been better if we had money to go out and do stuff. I didn't have any money. I only had money to do the essentials. So it is what it is. But then last night, at the end of the day, after doing, you know, after having this day off, so we're basically ready to go to bed, okay? And Kat, you know, she takes a shower, getting ready for bed, and all of a sudden she says, Phil, I think you gotta come in the bathroom. We got a major problem. I said, what? What's going on? I go in there. The shower's on. I'm like, what's going on? She goes, I want to go turn off the shower. Okay, I go to do it. The shower valve is completely busted. The shower valve broke. It must have like broken off in the wall or something. And so the shower is going, and he's like, how the fuck am I going to turn this off? So what I did is I basically unscrewed it a bit, and I basically used my full force of my body to kind of like force turn the valve in the wall. And I got lucky that it worked, because if it didn't, I didn't know how I was going to fix this. So I was basically able to get the water off almost all the way. It's not off. Like, there's a minor drip coming out of it, and I can't turn that off. And I'm like, wow, like, what do I do about this? And I tried to take the whole thing off the shower wall, and I can't. This is an actual thing that was in the house from the 1990s when the house was built. Okay, it's old as shit. It's the original thing that was put into the bathroom back then. All the sealant that was around it has worn off completely, so the whole thing kind of popped off. But I can't even get into it to look at it, because the way they built it, you basically have to break the plastic turn knob valve to even do anything to get it off the wall properly. There's no way to remove the plastic head from the thing that I can see. It's just stuck on there permanently unless you break it. So I'm like, if I break it, well, what the fuck? I mean, now the thing might leak, right? So obviously I don't want to do that. So basically I'm screwed. I have to call a plumber at some point to come here and look at it, and likely the thing's so old, he's going to say, you just replace it, right? He's going to say, replace the whole thing. There may be some issue with the pipe too now because the thing's fucked up. So I guarantee you I'm going to have to call a plumber. He's going to come in here, replace the whole thing, and charge me, like, no lie, $1,000. That's how it is with plumbers these days. They always charge you a ridiculous amount of money. I can just tell you from experience, a couple years ago, my food disposal in my sink broke. And so I had a plumber come in here to simply do a swap out of the food disposal. It was literally 5 minutes of work. It was over $500 just to do a fucking swap out. Okay? So the fact that he's going to have to break this thing off, rip it out, replace it, I guarantee you this is $1,000. I guarantee it. Okay? So anyway, that happens, and I'm like, well, thank God that we have an alternate bathroom. We don't use it. We have a bathroom in the hallway that has a shower. Now, it's not like our main shower. Our main shower is nice. Our main shower is open, glass doors, lots of space. Our other shower is a regular shower. It's basically one of the bathtub shower combos, and we have literally never used it once. I've lived here over 7 years. I have never used that because the other shower always worked. So now I'm like, okay, well, let's get it working. Well, I turn on the water in that tub. The tub is clogged. Why? Because I've never used it. It's probably got 7, 8 years of dirt stuck in the drain. So here I am, I'm grabbing a pipe cleaner, and I'm shoving at 1:30 in the morning. I'm shoving a pipe cleaner down a fucking tub. I'm scrubbing the tub out with bleach and Mr. Clean Cleaner because it's never been cleaned before because we don't use it. You know, it's dusty as fuck, dirty as fuck. And then I'm pouring Drano down the drain, trying to get it to work. Finally, I get it working. It took about, no lie, I was in there about half an hour scrubbing and doing. I got the shower working. And the good news is it works fine. But you might say, well, why don't you just call the plumber? I don't have money. I have no money right now. I have $0 to spend on anything. So I can't even call a plumber to come fix my shower. I have to wait. Now, next week I get paid by YouTube. And the problem is, you know, I get paid, and I was like, okay, when I get paid, that's when I pay my mortgage, and that's when I pay my monthly tax payment, and that's when I pay this, and that's when I pay that. So I already got out of the payment that I got coming from YouTube next week already. I'm not even kidding you. Like 80% of it was already accounted for. 80% between paying my mortgage, between paying my tax payment, my back tax payment. I got to actually pay an attorney now that I owe money. You know, I got all this stuff. I'm like, okay, all this has to be paid immediately when I get paid by YouTube. And now I'm like, now where's money supposed to come from to pay for this plumber? I don't know. I really don't know. So the good news is at least we have another shower. At least for the short term, this isn't like a terrible situation where we have to do nothing. We have another shower that we're going to be using, and hopefully this one's fine. It doesn't break within the time that I have until I can raise enough money to call a plumber. But I just can't right now. I have no money. I'm right now for the next week. I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet. On top of all of the shit I'm going through, then I have to fucking have all this shit. Normal person, they get, oh no, my God, the shower broke. Okay, you can just call a plumber and have him come and fix it. I can't even do that. I gotta sit around and wait. Who even knows how long? I don't even know when I'll be able to call a plumber at this point. So that's the situation I'm in. It's shitty. But then on top of that, you got people crapping and laying on you. So, oh, he's lying. He's spending money on this and that. I'm not fucking spending money on nothing. I don't have any fucking money. I wish I was in a situation where I had money to spend on anything frivolous. I have nothing. All my money is going towards essentials. But instead, people have to completely lie the opposite way and make me look like some kind of a scumbag on the internet. And it really, let me tell you guys, it really adds up when I'm in a situation like right now, where this month now it's like, what do I pay? Right? When I get paid by YouTube, it's literally a situation I have to decide what bills to pay. So I got to pay some of the taxes. I got to pay a lawyer. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. Gee, can I even pay for for a plumber this month? Maybe not. Maybe I can't even pay for the plumber this month. Maybe I got to wait till next fucking month, a whole month, to even consider it. I don't know. But this is the situation I'm in. And then you got people on the internet acting like I'm fucking filthy rich and blowing money on frivolous shit that it's not true. It's just ridiculous, the shit that they say and that they make up about me. I've had it. Really, but again, you guys don't need to hear about this every day on stream. I'm just venting today because this is just something that happened last night, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. I'm literally in one life situation, but these shitheads want to say I'm in another that I'm not. Exactly right, Rudy. You're absolutely right. He says at least you have another shower. Exactly. How bad would it be if I didn't have the shower? Now I'd be completely fucked. So thank God we have the extra shower, and I could just, this month, probably pay the things that absolutely need to be paid right now, and then look at, gee, what do I do next? What's the next thing? I don't know. But anyway. It is what it is. William T. literally says, this is your fault for not having the home inspected when you moved in. I've lived here for 7.5 years. 7.5 years. When I moved in, none of this stuff was a problem. What the fuck are you talking about? This guy acts like I moved in yesterday. Holy shit. Alright. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was my day off yesterday. Definitely a mixed bag, I would call it. Like I said, there was some good, relaxing time with my wife. I actually had fun playing games with her and everything. But at the same time, not a very good ending to it. It was actually probably the worst possible ending. A broken shower and no potential to even fix it anytime soon. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my day off. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're approaching the end of the month. You know what that means. It means we got some special stuff coming up for Halloween. All right? We're going to have a Halloween marathon on Halloween. And you guys can participate in said marathon in many different ways. The first is you can vote on the games you want to see me play during the marathon. The polls are already live on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming here. You just got to go to the community tab on the main page. There's 2 separate polls for you to vote on, so please do. In addition to that, there's a members-only poll. If you are a member of this channel, you also have the opportunity to vote on a game to be in that marathon, so please do so. Now, in addition to that, there's also a poll to vote for the category of Halloween costume you'd like to see me wear during the Halloween marathon event. All right? Please vote on that as well. All of those things are very important, and I will likely have those be running all week long. And then maybe next week, for that final week leading into Halloween, I'm going to do another poll, and that poll is going to be, what kind of cuisine do you guys want to see me have and try during the live episode of Feasting with the King that I'll be doing during the Halloween marathon? All right? And I already have some good ideas, like maybe Filipino or Thai or Mexican, but I'll think about others as well around here. We'll have a good poll. You guys can choose the kind of cuisine you want to see. It should be pretty fun. Okay? Good stuff. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to mention before we go to the gratuitous plug segment. Eat raw meat? Probably the worst thing I could possibly do. Eat raw meat. That sounds like a great idea. Yes, absolutely. No, I will not be eating raw meat. Okay, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an independent content creator. What does that mean? I'll tell you what that means. It means that I don't have sponsorships or partnerships with anyone. I don't have any backup financial support or anything like that. I don't get paid for plugs or to advertise a product. I am an independent. And what that means is I have the ability on every stream that I do to be completely honest with all of you. I don't have to sugarcoat when I talk about or criticize a game. All right? I don't have to make stuff up and kiss butt. I don't have to advertise anything, which is great. I like that, definitely. I like the ability to have the freedom to be honest with all of you. At the very same time, because of that, the only support that I get is crowdfunding on the streams. You guys like the fact that when you tune into my streams, you're getting honesty. You're getting real reactions to a game that I'm playing instead of someone just kissing butt for a buck, okay? And you guys tell me all the time, you'll like the fact that it feels real when you watch my stuff, because it is. It's a real gamer like you, not some paid shill, not some special snowflake who gets everything for free, but a real gamer like you that pays for their games, that gets them on release day just like you, and experiences them live with you guys. You'll like that. You'll like that that's a unique style of content that people who usually make a living doing this don't provide, because most of them are basically just paid advertisements, right? So that being said, I'm very happy that you guys like that content, and I want to say thank you in advance to anyone who appreciates it and supports that content during a live stream, okay? I consider it you guys going above and beyond standard stream viewers supporting this content, okay? I'm not asking for anything. I'm not expecting anything. I certainly don't want anyone to go beyond their normal means to support the content, but at the very same time, this is how I make a living. This is how I afford everything, okay? So, if you like this content and you want to see it to continue, please support the streams in one of the following ways I'm about to outline. First of all, you can become a channel member. When you join the channel, you get many, many benefits, including a highlighted name in stream chat, getting access to all of my emotes in the chat, not having to abide by the slow mode rules that apply to the stream chat. You can talk as much as you want, and you get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter of this channel. Some people are now very quickly approaching the 6-month badge, because when you start your 6th month of support, that badge unlocks. You're going to see some people with some really cool looking crowns in the chat very shortly as I approach my the start of my 6th month as a full-time streamer here on YouTube. Okay? So all that being said, many benefits to becoming a member. In addition to that, this month, we have membership goals in effect. If we get 325 concurrent members, you guys are going to have a special stream with me. On a late stream, we're going to jump on Amazon and we're going to look at and order a new hat together for the streams. So an actual new piece of stuff for me to wear on the streams. Live, we will pick one out together. Okay? How cool is that? So, please consider becoming a member just for that. But if we actually hit 350 members here on the streams, okay? The return of the Viewer's Choice event. If you don't know what that is, it's one of the most successful events I've ever done, which is why I keep doing it. You guys get to nominate and then vote on a game that becomes a full playthrough for my streams. Okay? Some really awesome games have become Viewer's Choice playthroughs, including games like Mario Sunshine, the Yakuza franchise, the Persona franchise, Fallout New Vegas most recently, which was a really good one, Danganronpa. Like, there's so many games that have become really awesome playthroughs because of Viewer's Choice. Okay? And I'm very excited to see you guys choose something else for me to play. But we need a rallying of support when it comes to members. Right now I'm looking at the chat and I see that at least half the people in the chat are not members. What are you waiting for? You get so many benefits for becoming a channel member. And by the way, channel membership here is cheaper than it ever was to subscribe to my channel over on Twitch. And by the way, I should also mention, channel members get exclusive benefits. Right now, the members are going to pick one of the games that will be played during the Halloween event. Just the members. Members get priority access to Ask the King. When I do my bi-monthly Q&A show, it's a very increased chance you will get your question selected and answered on the show. So all these kind of cool features will continue. Please become a channel member if you are not. It helps out a ton, okay? Now, another way that you can support the channel is through super chats or super stickers, okay? These are ways that you can contribute via YouTube itself. When you do this, you get a highlighted message in the chat, and I will shout it out. It's a good way for you to get extra attention and support for your contributions, okay? Now, memberships and super chats and super stickers are all great, and they help this channel in the long term. But with all the crap that's going on with me right now, I would really appreciate it if you guys could tip me. First of all, I just need to raise hundreds of dollars in tips in order to pay my bills next week. But on top of that, tips are preferred right now with this everything else going on. I'm going to try to, see what bills I can pay this month. Maybe get a plumber in here. I don't know. So tips are going to help me. Please tip me if you can. Tips, number one, I get immediately their short-term support because I get it right away. And I get more of a cut of tips than I do of other contribution methods. I'm not saying that other contribution methods aren't great, but basically I keep more of a tip that you send me than if you do a super chat or a membership or other stuff, you see? So please consider tipping me if you can today on the stream. You can do so by looking at the description of the stream or typing !tip into the stream chat. That's how you can do it. Thank you in advance. Because tips are so important, that's why we have reward goals in effect for tips. If we raise $50 of tips today, I will put on a pair of Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 of tips today, I will put on a hat of your choice. There are 3 hats available because I am wearing headphones today for a new release. If we raise the full tips goal of $150, first of all, that would help me tremendously right now with everything going on. So anyone who wants to help me with that, please, by all means, do, and thank you in advance. You will get to pick a vest for me to wear today, and all of the vests are eligible that you guys love, including the red, the platinum, the denim, and the gold vest. Those are the top ones, all eligible today. Please, if you can, tip and support the stream, okay? Sound good? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to shout-outs. Excuse me. Crap. A snake. My rubber snake just attacked me. Okay. So let's do some shout-outs. We have no YouTube side shout-outs at all. No memberships and no super chats. So nothing to shout out there, but we do have a bunch of tips. So let's start off with that. We start off today with Cowboy Coffee, who tipped me $4.20 and says, "Hey, Phil, I'm excited for today's gameplay. Don't let trolls bring you down." Oh, listen. Trolls are the last thing on my fucking mind today. Seriously. With all the crap that happened last night, the trolls, I don't give 2 fucks about them. I'm going to have a good time with games today. And that's all I care about. My day back from break, always a fun day to jump back into the streaming week. So don't worry about that. I don't give 2 fucks about that. Thank you so much for the first tip of the day. Rob on Wheels is here. He tipped me $4.20. Says, "Thanks again for playing Lost Judgment so forensically. We'll continue following tomorrow morning. Your natural sounding voice acting during side content is a first class. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your efforts." I guess what he's basically saying is thanks for reading out everything, because a lot of people who play games like Lost Judgment don't read all the dialogue. They just like, oh, read it for yourself or whatever. I'm not like that. If you're tuning into my stream, I want you to relax. So I'll read the dialogue if it's not spoken word. If it's spoken word, then that's great for all of us. I don't have to say shit, but I always read the dialogue if it's there. And, yeah, no problem with that, Rob. Thank you for the support, man. Snowcrawled at the $1.50 says, "After changing the tips goal into 3 visible tiers, you initially saw a spike in support. Do you think that since then the change has backfired to the low-level support numerous times?" No, there hasn't been low levels of support numerous times. You don't know what you're talking about, Snowcrawl, and every time you say something negative like that, you basically piss me the fuck off because you say something that's not true. In the last week, support has been great. We had 2 really good streams, actually, where late night support exceeded the tip skull. But you just want to be negative, so I'm not even going to fucking entertain what you're saying and answer anything because you don't know what you're talking about. You're doing it to be overly negative. So stop. Ugly Tuna Roll tipped me $3 and says, Phil, I'm stopping by for your pre-stream. Don't want to spoil too much, but Back for Blood, I'm getting it this... Oh, he doesn't want to spoil Back for Blood for himself is what he's saying. He's getting the game itself this weekend. Cheers and keep doing you. Thank you so much, Ugly Tuna Roll. Appreciate the tip and good to see you. Excuse me. Let's see here. Zane did a $1.50 super chat and says, what are your thoughts on making a lower tier membership that's maybe only $2? Well, here's the thing. This is me being honest. Do I think that if I were to do a very, very inexpensive membership, a $1 or $2 membership, okay, what would that benefit me? Do you want to know the truth? No. I think that if someone can do a $2 membership, then someone could very well just do a $4 membership. It's not that big of a jump. You know, it's not like it's a $20 premium membership. It's cheaper than it was on Twitch, and I think that I wouldn't see an increase. What I would see is thus, everyone would go down to the cheaper membership to get the benefits, and I would lose money. Like, seriously, that's exactly what would happen. Everyone would be like, oh, I can now do a cheaper membership instead of the $4 one, and they would downgrade their membership. And I would end up losing money rather than gaining money. I don't think you would see any giant jump in memberships if I did like a $2 membership. I don't think so at all. No. The difference between $2 and $4 is negligible. The difference between $2 and $20 is huge. You see? So that's why I don't think there's any difference, and no, I don't think it would benefit. Plus, once you start doing tiered memberships, okay, now you got to figure out, well, what does someone get here and not there, right? And that's when you really get into this slippery slope of, you know, what do you give, what don't you give? Personally, you guys are getting, if you become a member, you're getting everything, right? You're getting emotes, you're getting the chat crown badge, you're getting the ability to skip the slow mode, you're getting all the benefits. Now, I could very well do this. Tier 1 membership, all you get is the base stuff. Tier 2, now you get the priority access to nominate things for special events and stuff. You see? Tier 3, oh, you get your questions answered on Ask the King. I could do that, but here's the problem with that. It would end up being way more complicated. People would be confused of what the tiers were. And again, I guarantee you wouldn't see many people go above whatever the cheapest level is. Some people want to support, but they just don't want to spend a lot, so they're going to do whatever the cheapest option is, right? I'm not going to now lower what that is, and now I make less. I'm not stupid. So I don't think it would benefit me. I feel like if YouTube had more options, it would make sense. It doesn't. YouTube is very basic with what it can offer. And I don't think it would benefit anything. Just being honest, you know. And by the way, I'm not taking offense at your suggestion or anything, Zane. I honestly wish that there was better options on YouTube. I actually wish that on YouTube they would say, oh, for this tier you get this cool thing. On this tier you get this cool thing. It doesn't really do that. The options are very, very limited. So I'm doing the best that I can with what I can. Okay? And Shang Forever tipped me $1.50. Says, I finished Alan Wake episode 5 today. I'm on the last episode of Alan Wake. The Night Springs episode on episode 5 was special. Yeah, I think, doesn't it have 6 to 7 episodes? I can't remember how many episodes Alan Wake actually is. But yeah, like, the game gets better story-wise as you move in. But I feel like the gameplay actually gets kind of worse, so it is what it is. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying the game, Ann Shang. Thank you for the tip. Snowcrawl to the $1.50 and basically says, you know, I only attend day streams, so I get a skewed perception sometimes, so I don't have to watch back the night streams. I didn't mean to assume something incorrect. Then you shouldn't say something incorrect, because this is what I mean. Like when you come on a stream like this, Snowcrawl, and you say, well, this definitively is happening, so what do you think? Well, it's not. You're actually saying a falsehood. But people who aren't around for the streams would basically say, oh, this is true. Oh, man, that's bad. No, that's not the case at all. Overall, last week, everything was good when it came to support. I'm not disappointed in any way, shape, or form with the amount of support that I got last week. There were actually some really heavy support streams that helped me out because I had a lot of bills due last week. The problem is, you know, the crap that happens, like this whole fucking shower thing, that you're not expecting. And then on top of that, other crap that screws things up. Because here's the thing. If I didn't have a major issue last month with identity theft costing me a ton of money, Okay, because it did. It literally cost me a giant chunk of money that I normally should not have had to drop on anything. And I had to basically waste all that money to fix the identity theft issues. And it's fucked up that I had to do that, but I had to do that, okay? I would have had money to pay I almost said a lawyer, to pay a plumber right now. Now I don't have that money because I just lost all that money on an asshole committing crimes against me, you see? Earlier this year, if Twitch hadn't fucked me over and kicked me out of the partner program, actually right now I would have been in a very good position, because I was in a position to not only be paying everything that I owe to everyone, including back taxes and the like, but also I would have had excess money to save up, so if something like this shit happened, I would have been in a good position to handle it. Instead, it's the complete opposite. Twitch fucks me over, and then on top of that, now identity theft fucks me over. So now something happens that's kind of commonplace. You're like, oh, just something happens in the house. You have money to fix it, right? No, now I don't. Because now I got shit that piled on me all year, and now I'm in a bad situation, you see? But that's the situation. It's not, oh, the fans aren't being supportive enough. That's ridiculous. The fans are ridiculously supportive of me, man. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here complaining about that in any way, shape, or form. But when you say stuff like that, Snow Carl, that's how it sounds. When you say something oh, well, the support was low last week, man, so you think you should change your tips goals, blah, blah. No, it wasn't. It actually wasn't at all. And when you say that, it actually fucks things up for me, really. Because it makes people say, oh, see, Phil's bitching about support and stuff. No, I'm not. I think the support was great last week. You know, I wouldn't ask for anything more. People love the streams and they're supporting them. You understand? You got to frame stuff better. You got to frame stuff to a positive light. You got to be grateful for the support you get, not ungrateful because things are going bad behind the scenes. My fans and viewers did not make my shower break. You know what I'm saying? My fans and viewers didn't commit identity theft against me and fuck up everything behind the scenes for me, making that I had to spend all this money. That's just other shit. It has nothing to do with the people who love to support my content, you know? So I would never phrase it like that. I would never, oh, it wasn't good enough. What are you talking about? It was very good. I am so grateful. It was incredibly good, the support I got. Okay? Punished Hate Army Major tipped $1.50 and says, we have your back. The trolls will never stop your show. Dude, what are we talking about trolls for? There's no troll discussion here. What are you talking about? Like, no one is talking about trolls right now. Why are you? It seems, I mean, I hate to say it, these people are more obsessed with trolls than me. Like, who's talking about trolls right now? Why are we even discussing this? This has nothing to do with anything, right? I don't know. Zane did another $1.50 tip. He says, I don't think you should be so hard on him. He wishes you the best in life. He's coming off like that. Sure, he doesn't mean it. I didn't say that he meant it. I'm just saying you got to be careful. Here, let me put it this way. Many years ago, when I started being a content creator, I didn't think about what I said and did. I really didn't. I took no time, 0 seconds, to figure, should I phrase something this way or that way when I say it, right? Should I be mindful of what I'm saying today and that it could actually have an effect on people? I never did that. Never. I just talked out of my ass constantly. And it added up over the years to the point where I found out that it was very hurtful, the stuff that I was saying, not only to individuals, but to actual game developers and the like. Like, there were people who were like, damn, you don't realize when you're a content creator the influence you get, right? And my eyes were opened over the years to realize that having a following, right, that I am responsible to say things in a very responsible manner. I should not be having an audience and having power means that I need to be responsible with what I do with that power. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't just talk shit constantly to get shock value. I shouldn't just insult things left and right. You know what I'm saying? So now that I know that, I've changed as a person. And you have to be very conscious of what you say. When you come on someone's stream and you say something like, oh man, your support was terrible last week. No, it wasn't. Not at all. Why are you even saying that? That's a horror. First of all, it's not for you to judge. You're a viewer. I'm the streamer. I'm the one to judge if the support was good or not last week, right? Not you. Why would you even take it upon yourself to say something like that? And then in addition, when you spin something that's a positive into a negative, it makes people feel like shit. Imagine someone who last week was one of the big supporters of the streams and really felt like they made a difference and helped me out. And now you got someone coming on the stream saying, man, your support sucked last week. You're like, oh, well, fuck, now I feel like shit, right? You can't do that, man. In life, you got to see things from a positive vantage point, not a negative. And that's how I do now. I'm very different now than the person that I used to be 10 years ago. I am. So, I hope that you guys understand my take on this and know how grateful I am for every piece of support that comes in because, man, like I said, last week was actually quite good. I'd be lucky to have another week this week like I had last week, seriously. Okay. Chicken Man tipped $1.50. He's not sure if you seen on your day off Scotty beam up Shatner to space for multiple minutes. I'm sure you're not a Trek fan, but for pop culture, it's kind of a cool thing. What you're saying is that William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk on the original Star Trek television series and several movies, went to space. That is correct. He went when it wasn't the Elon Musk space program. It was the, not Elon Musk doesn't have a space, well, he has a space program, but he hasn't gone up, has he? No, it was Jeff Bezos, right? The Amazon space program, I forget what it's called. Yeah, he went up there and did one of the space flights. And then he came down and he had a crazy speech that was confusing as shit. Talking about how the blue sphere of Earth is mother and love and home. But what's out there? Is it death? I was like, Mr. Shatner, scientists have kind of explained what all this stuff was a long time ago. Maybe you should look into it. Buy a textbook or something. He's like, man, that was wild. There's a blue sphere down there below us. What was that, mother? No, that's called the atmosphere. That's, that's the ozone layer there. It contains our atmosphere. This is all explained a long time ago. But you go ahead and you say what you want. Okay, but okay. Anyway, no, it's kind of neat for those who are big fans of Star Trek and stuff, right? To see the actor who played the guy who was the intergalactic space captain actually go into space, even though it's nothing like obviously nothing whatsoever like the stuff that was on the television shows for him. You know what I mean? So anyway, okay. Let's see here. I think. Did a super chat come in? Hold on. Let me refresh my leaderboard here. Okay, Stiff Meister did a $2 super chat and says, can you please kiss a chicken? What? I don't know what the hell that means. Chicken Man did a super chat and says, are you going to play with fans? You said you might. Oh, I feel like I will eventually. Not today. I'm trying to get through the story-based campaign here. Okay? So please, understand. No, I'm not jumping into co-op with anything. I'm just going to try to do random matchmaking and jump in and keep going through the story. Eventually, what I'm thinking is maybe get through the whole story, and then we can try to do it with viewers and do it the harder difficulty. Make it challenging for people who've already played through it to try to do it like an ultra challenge or something like that. No, I'm not doing random. I'm not having people join today. No. Okay. Let's see here. Chicken Man did a super chat said, kiss me? I refuse. I refuse to kiss you. It's disgusting. Snow Cooper. Tip me $1.50 says, will you unban me? I didn't mean to derail. I was having a bad day. I'm usually positive. I try to bring positive things to the stream. What do you guys think? Should I unban Snow Cooper? Or should I leave him banned for derailing the stream and being negative the other day? What do you guys think I should do? No. Upscale Man says absolutely not. Shui says no. Two Bar King says no. Swagnito, no. No. Actually, a lot of people said yes, but I'm ignoring them. I'm just saying no. Well, the bottom line is I can't unban you now anyway. Even if I wanted to, there's no easy way to unban someone on YouTube. It's so complicated. I have to go to like multiple fucking places to unban someone. I have to go to one channel page, then I have to go to another special settings page. Then I have to hop on one foot and spin in place with my hand on top of my head. It's very complex what you have to do to unban someone on YouTube. So I apologize. I would love to do it quickly. I can't. There's no way to. So maybe later. I can't do it now. Okay? It's too complex. So, by the way, if you don't want to take forever to get unbanned on the channel, you probably shouldn't get banned in the first place. I'm just saying. I think what it is, a lot of people think that YouTube streaming is the same as Twitch streaming. They're like, oh, man, I can fuck around, be a dick, get banned and immediately be unbanned? The answer is no, you can't. It's actually a pain in the dick. It is a pain in the derriere to get unbanned here. So, perhaps, just perhaps, it's a bad idea, just saying, to get banned. Perhaps you should actually behave and abide by the rules and never get banned. And you have to worry about having to ask repeatedly over and over to get unbanned and have to wait because it's a pain in the ass, right? That's right. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say that was a good pre-stream. Thank you for listening. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm now going to go on a short break to use the restroom. And when I come back from break, it will be more Back for Blood. I'm excited for more Back for Blood. We're basically heading into the finale of Act 1. I think there's 2 more stages left to end Act 1. Then we head into Act 2 and see what's new in store for us, because I have no idea. All right? Guys, thank you. And I will see you all after a few minutes break. I would recommend you guys during this time grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom yourselves, do whatever you need to do, and I'll see you in just a few for Back for Blood. Thanks. See you in a bit.